They say gaming is easy. They say this is not a job. They say it's a waste of time. But we kept at it. Got better. We grinded, leveled up, and conquered. We are gamers. We are the ESL India Premiership, powered by Omen by HP.
Guy's out.
That was beast.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
The ESL India Premiership 2018 has 3 seasons: summer, fall, and winter. The summer season takes place from April to June, while the fall season runs from July to September. Finally, the winter season takes place from October to December. Coming to tournament formats, each season is divided into 3 tiers: the professional tier, the Master League; the semi-professional tier, the Challenger Series; the Open tier, the Starter Cups. Moving on to the frequency, every season in the ESL India Premiership 2018 will see 1 Master League, 3 Challenger Series, and 3 Starter Cups. The Masters League now hosts 12 teams and players. Meanwhile, the Challenger Series has 8 contestants and follows a double elimination format. Finally, the Starter Cups are now limited to only 128 participants, so make sure you register for the Premiership now. Once you register for the Starter Cup 1, you'll have to fight your way to the top. At the end of the phase, you will get promoted to the Challenger Series 1. You should try and maintain your position in the Challenger Series 1, 2, and 3. But this is no easy task, At the end of every phase, the bottom two contestants are dropped out. They are replaced by the top teams from the starter cups. Those who succeed in the Challenger Series are rewarded with promotion to the Master League. The top 4 teams will proceed to play in the next season's Masters League. Meanwhile, the Master League runs uninterrupted until the end of the season. The 12 champions will constantly try to establish their dominance over the others. But at the end of a season, the bottom 4 teams are relegated to the Challenger Series, while the top 4 play at the LAN finale for the top prize. ESL India Premiership 2018 begins in April. The registrations are on, so make sure you sign up now.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
Hello everybody, welcome back once again. Another day, another session, another edition, however you want to put it. This is your one-stop shop for your esports dosage every day for 3 hours, non-stop. How, like, इससे ज़्यादा बेहतर कोई कर नहीं सकता है. And for those who are wondering who I am, my name is Vagish Godslebhan. I'm your host for the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Seasons Masters League. Joining me today, as usual, none other than the vivacious Zara Angela Gonzalez, co-host and analyst here for CR and DOTA.
So excited about today's games. We have some brilliant games, whether we talk about Clash Royale, whether we talk about Counter-Strike, whether we talk about Dota 2. We have Reckoning versus RG Titans in Dota 2. In Clash Royale today, we have Brutality playing against Intencity 45. And in Clash Royale today, we have a very interesting matchup. These two players have been playing pretty well for themselves, sitting at cushy spots. Of course, it is a very interesting game because it's going to be Arpan going up against Kamil. So
Yep. Arpan Christian versus Kamil. Okay, what?
There's a fly.
Okay, there's a fly who has also invaded the esports sphere here.
He also wants to
apparently.
join the ESL fun.
Yeah, like why should you guys have all the fun? Let me join you on the
Totally.
desk. Or maybe Adi is controlling him from Bombay.
Maybe.
Mind control. There's an Ant-Man movie. Next thing you know, there was a movie called Makhi.
I remember when I was
Yeah, it was
really
made by the
small,
same
yeah.
director who made Bahubali, by the way. It's a Telugu movie originally, and think about it, Adi controlling a fly or like being like fly size. But right now, let's concentrate on the
Meanwhile.
two Clash Royale players. We'll start off with Arpan Christian. All right, the Dab Monster, Arpan Christian there.
Yes.
Angie, what do you have to add on about this player?
24 points for him, 10 games played, 8 wins, 2 losses. He's looking so comfortable on that board, and I think he's going to be making it to the LAN finale. I'm very excited about his match against Satikshan in the LAN finale because both these players are playing exceedingly well. Of course, if you don't know Arpan already, he is our champion for the summer and the fall season of the 2017 edition of the ESL India Premiership, and he's doing pretty well even now. His favorite card, I would say, would be the Expo. He likes to play a lot of Tar cards nowadays over playing the Golem, which is one of his top favorites in 2017. So that's all I can tell you about Arpan as of now.
All right. So now we'll be moving on to the second player of our Clash Royale game today. The question is, so Angie and me internally were talking about, the question is he going to be Shadab Khan today or is he going to be Kamil Khan? We'll get to know soon, but let's get introduced to Shadab Kamil Khan. All right, that's Kamil. That's Shadab Kamil Khan. So, Angie, before we head off, do you think the production would have changed his name to Shadab Khan?
I think, yes. I want to believe that my production
Knowing
is
Kunal
doing
for the
good.
past 1.5 years, no, they haven't. They haven't.
They
They haven't.
haven't.
Production also just told me they
But
haven't.
talking about Kamil, he sits 7th on the board, and we saw him play even yesterday. He's got 5 victories and 1 loss to himself, and he's one of those contenders. Even though he's sitting 7th on the board, he's only played 6 games, which means that he has another 5 games left for himself. That makes him at a very comfortable spot to even enter the Masters League, because he's already sitting at 15 points. He needs about this victory to kind of make it 18. That makes him list up with the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th slotter. And once he kind of wins another game, that makes him right below on the 3rd spot, right below Mukul. Or actually above Mukul, to be more frank. So I think this victory for Arpan, it does matter. It's his final game. He wants to really hit that same mark as Satikshan at 27 points.
But then again, it doesn't matter because Satikshan too has a game remaining, and a win would propel him to 30 points then, for that point of matter.
Actually, yeah, that's true. Well,
So,
I just want to be
unless
more
and until Arpan is like going to be ill-wishing about Satikshan and makes him like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, he should lose that game, then sure. But right now, I'm really very happy seeing Satikshan beat Joshi's run.
Yes.
But right now, it's about these two players today. Both of them share the same amount of trophies garnered. In fact, the difference is the number of matches played. Now, Kamil Khan comes with around 8,200 matches and around half the number of wins there. Whereas Arpan Christian, same story. Double the number of matches literally there. 14,500 matches played roughly and around 7,500 matches won. Very, very interesting there. Very, very interesting. In fact, the highest trophies they both have achieved right now. Arpan Christian seems to be better off in that.
Yeah, he's got about 5,400 trophies. But talking about Kamil, just in short, I hope he bans out the Golem card, because as far as I've seen this player play, he's a very defensive player too. So he doesn't really want to sit and deal with the Golem. But for now, he's going to ban out the Hog, and Arpan is going to ban out the 3 Musketeers, which gives me an opening to say that the P.E.K.K.A. and the Golem are going to be seen today. And I hope these two players have a lot in store, because banning out the Hog is not really that much of a concern if you have a Tornado in your deck. You kind of can just completely change it for the Hog Rider and send him to the King Tower. But I don't think Kamil really wants to be bothered by a card like that coming his way, because he has a gameplay which is defensive, like I said, which can be completely destroyed with a card like a Hog Rider. So looking at these two players play, I think they have done their homework on each other, and it's going to be a very interesting game to watch, I think.
Alrighty then, so then let's head off into the game without further ado. Gotham with Kohlik Vic, Gentle Royal Giant, take it forward.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back with another day of Clash Royale casting. Yesterday, Manoj's super goal was nice enough, super nice to me, and he carried forward for my day of casting because I made a mistake of going to gym, which is apparently I'm allergic to gymming. Just found out yesterday. Yes. Anyways, getting into the game today, we have Arpan facing off against Kamil. Both these guys are great Clash Royale players. We've seen Kamil actually bringing out crazy decks that we've like completely unseen before in our lives. So I'm hoping to see something new coming out of him here. However, we are getting to see the Graveyard Poison combo here. Arpan is going to be defending with everything he has while doing his offensive push with the simple Graveyard and Poison. Defensive units we're looking at right now, we have a Nado. He's going to use that to activate the King's Tower, which eventually activates. He has the Ice Wizard to slow down everything, and of course he has the Ice Golem also to tank and do some damage also. Of course the log is also around there. So plenty of defense, and offensively we're looking at Graveyard and we're looking at Poison. Looking over to Kamil, he has a lot of chip damage available to him. He has the Princess, of course, to defend and do a lot of offensive action with, and also the Bandit. If it connects, it will clearly take that tower down very quickly. Very good job done by the Bandit there, clearing the tower on the left. However, people think it's okay to talk while I'm casting in the PCR. I didn't know that, but apparently it's a thing now. So, anyways, getting back into the game, Arpan already down a tower. Has to figure out how he's going to make the most out of that Poison and Graveyard combo. He has not done enough damage to Kamil's tower on the right, and Kamil is going to be going into this defensive mode with the last 60 seconds left on the clock. Kamil's put down his own poison next to Arpan's poison, so those skeletons will be going down fairly quickly. Not able to get a lot of damage out there. Arpan, with only 45 seconds left on the clock, now needs to make something happen. And Kamil is trying to do an offensive push into his base, and Arpan is actually taking a lot of damage on his tower also now. And with 35 seconds left on the clock, I don't see how Arpan is going to magically close this game with another poison and Graveyard coming out. And Kamil now decides not to put down his poison. He actually doesn't have that in rotation right now. He's actually just going to simply take out the skeletons without too much of a problem. Actually, I just saw Arpan actually did not use his poison. It was actually Kamil's poison. So with 11 seconds left on the clock, this is going to be a GG in favor of Kamil. Kamil's going to take the first game here of best of 5. So plenty of games left. And we're going to pass it back to the studio for analysis, where Angie is waiting for us to break down this game 1 of this best of 5 between Arpan and Kamil. So Angie, let me know what you think.
Alrighty then, we are back again in the studio, and that Bandit.
That Bandit plus Goblin Baron, Goblin Gang together destroying Arpan's star over there.
I have not yet laid my hands on this card, dude.
Very interesting gameplay coming in there. I mean, I said Kamil was defensive, but here outright, he first gets the aggression, he makes sure his tower falls, and then he's just in complete defense mode. Now, another mistake I think Arpan could have made, couldn't really work on is the Graveyard Poison combo. It works well, undoubtedly, but that can't be your only pushing card, because then what happens is you have too many spells in your deck, due to which I think Arpan kind of failed to make sure that with all the spell cards, how do you kind of deal with the Goblin Baron plus the Bandit charging towards you? Of course, the Ice Golem being there, but not really an offensive card in my terms, just a distractor card. So let's see how game 2 goes in this one.
All right, back to game 2 score right now in favor of Kamil, 1-0. It's a best of 5, so Arpan has plenty of chances to come back. Remember, Arpan is currently on number 2. Kamil is on number 7 on the leaderboard. Technically, Arpan doesn't have a lot to lose. Even if he does lose this game, he's still secured his invite to the LAN event. Kamil now needs to figure out that if he loses this game, he could potentially end up in the relegation zone, which is 9th to 12th. You do not want to be in that position. Kamil sticking to the same deck from game 1, and let's see how this is going to work out for him. This time, however, Arpan is better prepared to handle this deck. He has changed his cards around to better suit the situation here. And this is a very versatile card, by the way. He has plenty of units to go offensive with. Also, he has a Ram, he has the Dark Prince. He also has an Inferno Dragon for defense. So if we see a big unit coming in from Kamil, he could actually use that to defend. A nice barrel there, which was completely missed by the Dark Prince there, however. Will end up taking some damage on that tower. And now, guess who's ready for a counter attack? That is Arpan. Let's see how he go ahead and get some damage down here. Princess is also out. The Knight will not get a charge hit, does get a normal hit in. So it's good to see now Arpan having some more options here to do some damage onto the tower other than the spell, the graveyard and poison that he had opted for in the first game here. So there we go. Ram being pushed out alongside a bandit. Nice goblin gang coming out there for defense, and the bandit also comes out. He will be able to get some chip damage, actually plenty of damage onto that tower because the Barbarian is tanking a lot of the hits there. And again, Arpan now giving a right answer to the Goblin Barrel. And he's off to a great start, and double elixir time is now live. So Kamil looking in a bad position right now, and now it's Arpan's job to kind of defend and win this best of 5 in his favor. So we're going to slowly see how in 40 seconds Arpan is able to defend everything that Kamil actually pushes to him. And if you look at what Kamil has offensively right now, and all of a sudden it just looks very weak. Now it looks like how Kamil only has defensive cards, whereas Arpan is all offense. So this is going to be quite interesting. We've seen how the game actually just completely turned around and became a different game altogether. Because look at this, only damage card that Kamil has in his deck is the Goblin Barrel. If the Goblin Barrel is countered by Arpan, it actually doesn't have a lot of damage available. Finally, the poison and the princess being put down. The time is very little, and the fireball being thrown in the corner to just for fireworks, basically. So Arpan now evening up the game, and I would love to hear what Angie has to say about this game. So let's go back to the studio and talk to Angie, and let's hear what she has to say about this game too.
All right, we're back again with the game 2 here.
Yeah.
The revenge of the great Arpan Krishnan.
I think this time he was well prepared. He was like, I know your deck is going to have goblin gangs and you're the goblin troop kind of person. So he got good defense running over there. He had the fireball, he had the dark prince, he had the inferno dragon. Also his placement of the 3 minions was beautiful. He made sure that the bandit fell down first. He made sure that the tower could be distracted. And he also made sure that he took down the tower and then kept the aggression going. He didn't really get defensive like coming in the last game. He just made sure that, all right, I'm going to keep the push going constant, so I don't really give the chance to Kamil to kind of push ahead for himself. Also looking at Kamil's deck, he had everything going for him, but this time he missed out on little aggressive cards from his end. Maybe if he had the golem or the P.E.K.K.A to push, there'd be more distraction on that map for the Dark Prince, because as we know, the Dark Prince is the best counter against a Goblin Gang.
True stories. Then let's head over to the game and see what's in store for us for the third game.
All right, back again. Game 3 of the best of 5, and Arpan has been able to even out the game. Best of 5. If we now talk about the ban cards, especially now that they'll give me, I hope they give me some time to talk about the ban card, because this game's already kind of begun, gone into full action here. Bandit trying to get some damage done. We've seen minions coming out also, and this is a big push coming in his direction. He's actually used the Prince. The Ram actually also connects. The Prince also taken quite a lot of damage, leaving a lot of units on the field. Potentially, Arpan is going to lose that tower very, very quickly, and especially with minions actually helping him out. However, able to keep that tower alive, barely any health here. So Arpan not looking so good. Kamil off to a great start, by the way. And Arpan just didn't have the right units to spawn at that time, and completely lost the health of that tower. And Kamil can simply just fireball that tower away very, very soon. So now Arpan has opted for his big push, and Kamil has the right answer. Again, the deck that Kamil is using is a very, very versatile deck. You can use it for defense and offense. And look at this. Arpan now has to defend on two different fronts while his giant takes damage from that Inferno Dragon, which is, it's going to have a simplest time in the world, easiest time in the world to take that down. And a great set of cards that Kamil has for every single situation of this match. However, let's not forget, Arpan has the Giant and the Double Prince. If he's able to put down these cards together during the double elixir time, this is going to be an absolute blast.